a personal annoyance, a pet peeve, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, that's very minute, basic description. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
And it can affect you adversely, of course, but it, as I say, I think the vast majority don't even think what they're doing. I mean, they it's just a nervous habit.
So you say you had a few students that came in, or they were all students, or were they also faculty that came in and are a little annoyed? Some faculty.
A few faculty, and what annoys them are things which I find basically rude. Cell phones.
Yeah.
That is really an annoyance, whether it be one that rings in the classroom or whether somebody's texting.
I have a reply to that because you can't give somebody your undivided attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the rude part. You're not giving somebody your undivided attention. You see some person on the cell phone at the bank or the gas station. Or you're paying something. They're on their cell phone. You're paying their gas to the attendant.
Mm.
You know he's going to be a little annoyed because you're not giving him your time.
Yeah.
And you expect him to service you. You know.
Yeah.
Right. So.
And teenagers are really wrapped up in their cell phones as well as their own lives.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, it is what it is. I mean, like I always say, I mean, you see a majority of the teenagers. It's not stereotyping or anything. It's just the reality of it. You see them all the time.
You see the kids between classes out here.
Yeah.
I would say 3 out of 5 have that cell phone at their ear.
Exactly. Yeah. So, what are you gonna tell them to stop it? I guess they're gonna say, well, it's not against the rules, but can you? One guy at this business said, I mean, well, you're not the personality police, but I think there ought to be some standard, to it.
Well, I think a lot has to do with common courtesy.
Yeah, that's a very important word. 2 important words that nobody ever really goes by nowadays.
Well, my generation still does.
Well, we have a visitor, so I want to take another break. There's somebody. Your name is Marjorie.
Mary.
Mary, okay, we're back with Mary, Administrative Support Coordinator, a.k.a. I guess secretary duties.
Yes.
Had nobody to run the office here while we're doing the interview, but we had a few people come in, and other than that, a lot of these professors didn't want to do the interview, but I'm not looking for the ideal person. Where were we at? We were just talking about. Staff members probably would get irritated by people talking on their cell phone, but would they get irritated by while they're giving their lecture, they might get irritated by the noise, the pen clicking, and things like that.
And people reading newspapers.
Yeah.
Opening up the Daily Aztec and rattling it.
Yeah. I would think, I'm here trying to teach you something, and you're already you're being rude. You're taking.
Many of them now will put in their syllabus no cell phones.
Yeah.
Or have the cell phone on vibrate.
Right. Yeah. Vibrate. Yeah. You do that and take your call outside.
Yeah.
And
I know they don't do it at the college level, but at the high school level, some of the teachers have a box by the door, and you deposit your cell phone when you walk in and pick it up on your way out.
Right.
But they can't do it here because, supposedly we're dealing with adults.
Yeah.
Or young adults.
Okay, as Mary said, we're dealing with supposedly adults now, faculty or students. We're a little bit older than 18-year-olds. We're entering the college level of education here. Okay, so rattling of newspapers, yeah. If that bothers somebody, you got, and it's also more that you're not giving somebody your undivided attention when you're reading a newspaper or when you're sitting there making noise, distracting the teacher or anybody else from learning, and the teacher from talking. You know, thing is, supposedly we know better. Supposedly, we've learned a few things as we got a little older. It just proves my point that no matter what age you are, you can still be a complete moron and ignorant to your environment and to society, and to basically love your fellow man. You should respect your fellow man. You know, this leads to a correlation with the fact that people are not so wrapped up into their own little world and their own little life that they're not don't give a damn about anybody else. Right? Yeah, there's something wrong with that. Yeah, well, you might think to yourself, is there something wrong with that? Yeah, there's something wrong with that because it causes problems, and I wouldn't be sitting here talking about it, bringing it up, if this wasn't a problem. So, we're supposed to be grown adults, but obviously adults haven't learned anything special or any wisdom or anything to better their conduct. This is something I felt should have been said when I talked to Mary. I think I looked at back at the interview and I was a little short with that comment, my reply and my point to that. And so we're going to put this in as an inclusion to the interview. Thank you. Getting back to one more topic, the students. Now, the students are generally affected by, what would you say were the complaints in the past in the classroom? As far as noise level, the problems they see in the classroom?
The students don't seem as affected for the most part unless people are talking, whispering to each other, talking on their cell phone, actually creating some sort of a disturbance that attracts the attention of more than one or two people.
Right.
The students seem to either ignore it or block it out somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, so you haven't really, in your 18 years here, you really haven't seen a major problem.
Not really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and I'm sure it's, you know, I'm sure it's there, but I have not been aware of anything real major in the classroom.
Yeah, it could be a number of things. They're afraid to speak out for fear of it. They think they're nuts or something along those lines. They don't want to cause any drama with anybody.
Yeah, you don't want to make a scene.
Yeah, but you know, silence. If you don't do anything about it, it's just going to continue, unless you're really good at coping with it. And some people aren't. You know, so bottom line is, I think something needs to be done. I think the school system needs to be more aware of it. Now we're getting into the school, but you know, I'm getting a broad overview of everything in society. But being that, you know, we're in a school environment, I think the school system needs to fix a little bit of that.
Well, I think they're probably not going to set down black and white rules, but they can set down guidelines, suggest that people think of other people.
Yeah.
Be courteous, be kind.
Yeah, because you know, we're according to talk shows at late night. They talk about we're primitive, we're a primitive race. You know, now we're getting into you know, UFOs and things like that. But you know, I think we are in a phase that we need to love people more. That's society's lost the love for the fellow man. They're more involved in themselves.
You know, it's an egotistical, self-centered society that we've created, and we need to backtrack a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, don't want to be too redundant. I don't think we have been redundant at all. I think we just been going into every little detail that we can at this point. And, you know, I want to thank you for, you know, doing this, Mary. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, appreciate it. With that, that's a wrap here. So, we'll see you guys next time in our next edition.